Okay. Next problem is pattern multiplication of 8 point sources. So here we are taken 8 isotropic point sources. Point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 point sources, and they are separated by a distance lambda by 2. Lambda by 2. So now what we are doing in the previous one, like previous one, here also we are grouping the elements. Two elements we are taken as one group. That is, we are taken as this as A, and this is we are taken as B. This we can taken as C, and this we can taken as D. So two elements we are taken as A, B, C, D. So where A is group pattern of 1 and 2. So likewise B is equals to group pattern of 3 and 4. C is equals to group pattern of 5 and 6. And D is equals to group pattern of D, that is 7 and 8. Now the separation between these elements, the new separation between the element is A is equals to lambda, B to C is lambda, and C to B is lambda. So 8 elements can be made to 4 groups, that is A, B, C and D. So A is the group of 1 and 2 elements, B is the group of 3 and 4 elements, C is the group of 5 and 6 elements, and 7 is the group of 7 and 8 elements. So again these are can be grouped into another group, that is A and B is one group that we can call it as X, and C and D is we can call it as another group, that is Y, and the separation between these two elements is 2 lambda. So this is what our new resultant pattern in between X, the element X and Y, which is separated by a distance 2 lambda. So in the previous problem we already drawn the radiation pattern for X, that means with the group element of 1 and 2. Already we drawn the group element of 1 and 2. That is, if you want to know the pattern of X, pattern of A is equals to, that is group pattern of 1 and 2. Group pattern of 1 and 2. So in that group pattern we know that in the X direction we are having nulls, and the Y direction we are having the maxima, that is in the 90 degrees. So this is group pattern of A. So group pattern of A means group pattern of 1 and 2 for all the elements A, B, C, D. So for all the elements the group pattern is same. Group pattern is same. For A it is group pattern of 1 and 2, that is the separation between two elements is lambda by 2. For B the group pattern is separated by a distance lambda by 2, again same. So for 5 and 6 everything the group pattern is same. Now coming back to the next group, that is A and B separated by a distance lambda. So A and B, that means pattern of X, that means pattern of X is equals to pattern of X is equals to, that is group pattern of A and B. Group pattern of A and B. Group pattern of A and B means already this is also we derived, and that is the separation between two elements is lambda. Two elements is lambda. So pattern of X is equals to group pattern of A and B. A and B. So group pattern of A and B, which is separated by a distance lambda. Lambda. For this, the radiation pattern is so in 60 degrees direction and at 120 degrees direction we had minimas, and in the direction of 0 degrees and 180 degrees we are having the maxima signals. We are having the maximas. So this is the group pattern of A and B, which is separated by a distance lambda. Which is separated by a distance lambda at 0 degrees and 180 degrees. Now, so what we have to do, derive our resultant pattern. So resultant pattern is equals to unit pattern of x or y into y into group pattern of x and y. Unit pattern of x or y into group pattern of x and y. So now we have, so what is the unit pattern of x or y? So that is group pattern of A and B, which is separated by a distance lambda. So first draw the nulls. So in the 60 degrees we are having null, and at the 120 degrees we are having another null for two elements separated by a distance, and in these directions you are having your maxima signal. So at 0 degrees and 180 degrees and 90 degrees and minus 90 or 270 degrees you are having the maxima degrees. That is unit pattern of x or y. So now we have to multiply the group pattern of x and y. So where we are getting the so group pattern of x and y, it is separated by a distance 2 lambda. So if you substitute d is equal to 2 lambda in the expression, that expression is E is equals to En into cos beta d cos theta by 2. So in this expression you know that beta is equals to 2 pi by lambda and d is equals to 2 lambda. You substitute these values and you get the maxima and minima conditions. So where we are getting nulls? In the 48 degree direction. Suppose we have taken our circle, our total area into 360 degrees, that is 0 degrees. Here it is 48 degrees and 76 degrees. And likewise in this direction also there are two, that means nulls are there. So here also totally 4 nulls, and your radiation pattern is in this direction only. In this direction only. Okay. So the unit pattern of x or y is a group pattern of AB separated by a distance lambda. Here there are two nulls are there, 60 degrees and 120 degrees. Now the group pattern of x and y is the separation between x and y with a distance 2 lambda. So here the four nulls are at 48 degrees, 60 degrees, 76 degrees, and here also there are two nulls in this direction. So and maxima direction is in this direction. This green line indicates this is major lobe and these are the 4 nulls. 4 nulls. This is the major direction. So now what we are getting? So totally, if you want to get your resultant pattern, the resultant pattern is first draw all the nulls in all the directions. So here the nulls are at 60 degrees, and here it is 48 degrees, 70 degrees in the right side, and left side another 3 are there. So 48 degrees, 60 degrees, 70 degrees, and here it is 120 degrees. It is 120 degrees and 104 degrees, and it is at 138 degrees. 138 degrees. So all the 6 nulls are marked, and if you multiply these two patterns, you get your maximum low in this direction. Maximum low in this direction, and the remaining nulls you should mark 1, 2 and 3. So here in this direction also 1, 2, 3. Like that in each side you can get 6 minor lobes. You can get 6 minor lobes in each side. So each side you can get the 6 minor lobes and only 1 major lobes. All these are your minor lobes. So this is the radiation pattern of a 8 element array in a simple way. Just if you know the pattern of 4 element array, the reflection of that 4 element array is this one, and just what we have to do is we have to calculate the that means pattern of x and y, which is separated by a distance 2 lambda. This we should find out. For 16 element also, so unit element is 2 lambda element, and for that means group element is 4 lambda. Again you substitute in place of here 4 lambda and find the radiation pattern. Like that, by the method of inspection, you can simply draw your radiation pattern. So this is the simple way we can draw the radiation pattern of 4 element and 8 element array. Thank you. So the next topic is binomial array. So the major disadvantage of linear array is, as the number of elements are increasing, the minor lobes are increasing. So which is the main disadvantage of linear array is, so as number of side lobe levels or number of minor beams are increasing, so some of the energy will be taken by these minor lobes. That's why the total gain of your antenna may be reduced. So to overcome this, what we have to do? What is the solution for this? How to reduce the minor lobes or side lobe levels? So by using binomial array is the one of the solutions to reduce the side lobe levels. So how we can do this? So by using, first step is binomial array is a non-uniform amplitude array. So previous case, all the elements are isotropic elements and having equal amplitude, but in the binomial array it is non-uniform amplitude array. And in this binomial array, all the elements are arranged in that fashion to reduce the minor lobes, that means side lobe levels, and the resultant pattern is having no minor lobes. So one is binomial array is a non-uniform amplitude array, and it is having the resultant pattern with no minor lobes. And next one is the half power beam width. The half power beam width of binomial array is greater than linear array. Suppose we have taken 4 elements. In the previous example we are taken for a uniform linear array with 4 isotropic antennas. So then the radiation of that isotropic antennas are having the minor lobe with some side lobe levels. Suppose we are taken 4 elements, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and they are separated by a distance lambda by 2, lambda by 2 and lambda by 2. So by the pattern multiplication application, first what we have to do is we have to do grouping of elements. So this group is A and this group is B, which is separated by a distance lambda. So the resultant pattern is equals to unit pattern of A or B into group pattern of A and B. So what is the unit pattern of A or B? It is the group unit pattern of A is the group pattern of 1 and 2. So in this group pattern of 1 and 2 means, so it is separated by a distance lambda by 2. So 0 is equals to 0 and 180 degrees we are having nulls, and at this direction, that is 90 degree direction, it is unit pattern of A or B, and we are multiplying with the group pattern of A and B, so that is separated by a distance lambda by 2. So here in this at 60 degrees and 120 degrees, in 120 degrees we are having nulls, and in these two directions, in this direction your radiation pattern is like this, in this direction your radiation pattern like this, and this is your major beams. These are your major beams. So 60 degrees and 120 degrees are nulls, and your 0 degrees and 180 degrees are nulls. So your resultant pattern also, first you draw all the nulls, that is at 0 degrees and 180 degrees one null, 60 degrees is another null, and 120 degrees is having another null. So 180 degrees, 0 degrees, 60 degrees and 120 degrees. So if you multiply 180 degrees into 0 degrees into multiply this one, it is also 0, and these two magnitudes are equal magnitudes, so that's why we multiply both those two, and this is the resultant pattern with these are the minor lobes. So actually this is by using a pattern multiplication method. So as number of elements are increasing, so this is the 4 side lobe levels. For 8 element point array, we are having 6 and 6, totally 12 side lobe levels in the both sides of your main beam. That is one side 6, another side 6. Likewise, as the number of elements are increasing, so the number of side lobes are increasing. So that is the big disadvantage of the linear array. Now in the binomial array, we can rearrange our elements. How we can rearrange the elements? Now I will show you, and how we will reduce the minor lobes. Now how we will reduce? How to reduce minor lobes? For that, what we are doing is just rearranging the terms, rearranging the elements. So this is element 1, this is element 2, this is element 3, and this is element 4. So the distance between 1 and 2 is lambda by 2, and this is the distance between 3 and 4 is lambda by 2. So previous we are taken the elements as a group. Now here also we are doing the same thing. So 1 and 2 is one group, and 2 and 3 is another group. So this group we call it as A, this group we will call it as B, and now the separation between these two is lambda by 2. So to reduce the minor lobe by using binomial array, what we are doing is we are rearranging the term, our elements. So 1, 2 and third element also started from the third element, below the second element 3, 4. So 0, that means 1 and 2 we are taken as one element, that is A, and 3 and 4 is separated by a distance lambda by 2, that is B. So total distance between these two elements is lambda by 2. So if you want to find out the resultant pattern, so what we have to do is unit pattern of A or B into group pattern of A and B, group pattern of A and B. So what is the unit pattern of A and B? So unit pattern of A is, that is the separation between the two elements 1 and 2, which is separated by lambda by 2, or 3 or 4, it is separated by distance lambda by 2. So for this we know that for lambda by 2 separation, so null is in the direction of 0 or 180 degrees and maxima in the direction of 90 or minus 90 degrees into. So group pattern is A and B. So A and B separated by a distance lambda by 2. So that is also 180 degrees, 0 degrees or 180 degrees. There will be nulls, and in the maxima direction it is 180 degrees, that means 90 degrees and minus 90 degrees. So if you multiply these two patterns, that is unit pattern of A or B into group pattern of A and B is equals to, so first draw the nulls. So both having the same nulls, so that's why you mark the null at 0 degrees or 180 degrees and multiply the major lobe amplitudes. If you multiply both those two amplitudes, you will get the resultant pattern is like this. So this is the unit pattern, this is the group pattern, and this is the resultant pattern. So in this resultant pattern, if you are finding any minor lobes, no. So there will be no minor lobes, only major lobes are there. So like this arrangement, we can reduce our minor lobes. So here you see in this direction, in this arrangement, so the current amplitude or current magnitude in the first element is I, in the second element is 2I, and third element is I. The magnitudes of element 1, element 2 and 3 and element 4. So the current magnitude is I, current magnitude is 2I and magnitude is I. And the field equation is cos square pi by 2 cos theta. Cos square pi by 2 cos theta. So this is actually, it is looking, actually this is 4 element array, but in practical it is 3 element array only. 3 element array only. So your total radiation field is equal to cos square pi by 2 cos theta. Cos square pi by 2 cos theta. Then this is the current magnitude positions at your element, that is I, 2I and I. Now we are moving to another example. So here we are taking the same I, 2I, I elements, and here also 2I, 2I and I. So binomial array for 4-point source, 4-point array. How we will find the radiation pattern? So I, 2I, I for the 3 element array. Again we are arranging our element I, 2I, I. So again this is one element and this is another elements. All are having equal distance, that is lambda by 2 only. For this element or this element, any element, the distance is equal only. So lambda by 2 only. So the group element, this is we can call as x, or this is we can call as y. The finally the distance between the two elements is also again lambda by 2. So if you plot the radiation pattern, you will get the same radiation pattern without side lobe level, that is total radiation pattern, that is unit pattern also, group pattern. Both are having the distance between the two elements is lambda by 2 only. That's why you are getting the same radiation pattern as usually like in the previous one. So without side lobe levels, side lobe levels. But the current magnitudes are, if you check here, that is 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, and your total field is E is equals to cos cube theta, cos cube of pi by 2 cos theta, cos cube of pi by 2 cos theta. So the final radiation pattern expression for a binomial array is equals to E is equals to cos inverse of n minus 1 into pi by 2 cos theta, pi by 2 cos theta. If you substitute your n values, then based on your n values, suppose in the previous case it is 3 elements. Suppose if you substitute 3 here, so that becomes n is equals to 3 means 3 element array. E is equals to cos square pi by 2 cos theta. If you substitute 4 element, then E is equals to cos cube pi by 2 cos theta, pi by 2 cos theta. So the advantage of this one is the total pattern without any minor lobes, Sir, okay. So how we will decide the positions of your, that means elements. So by using Pascal's triangle or Pascal's distribution, we can arrange our elements. So in the Pascal's triangles or Pascal's arrangement, for n is equal to 1, you are having only one element 1, n is equal to 1 and 1, that is the current distribution or current distribution of magnitudes 1 and 1. For n is equal to 3, so you are having 1, 2, 1. So that's why in the previous example we are having the currents I, 2I and I. So that means the arrangements of using Pascal's triangle, we arrange our elements. Now for n is equal to 4, 1, 1 plus 2, 3, 2 plus 1, 3 and 1. And n is equal to 5, 1 plus 3, 4, 3 plus 3, 6, 3 plus 1, 4 and 1. And for n is equal to 6 elements, 1, 5, that means 1 plus 4, 5, 4 plus 6, 10, 6 plus 4, 10 and 4 plus 1, 5 and 1. Like this, in this fashion we can arrange our elements. So 1, 1, 1. So now n for n is equal to 3, 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. Again 1. For n is equal to 4, 1 plus 2, 3. 2 plus 1, 3 and 1. Again for n is equal to 5, 1 plus 3, 4. 3 plus 3, 6. 3 plus 1, 4. Again 1. So like that we can arrange our elements. So after seeing this all the arrangements, what we observed, see this 1, 2I, I. Next one is 1, 3, 3, 1. Next one is 1, 4, 6. That means 4, 6, 4, 1. So after seeing all these distributions, what we observed is the strength of the signals in the middle is high in compared with the strength of the signals in the edges. So if you want to get your that means if you want to get your radiation pattern without minor lobes or without side lobe levels, what we have to do is we have to give more excitation in the center rather than your side lobe levels or rather than your edges. And these are the some of the equations when we are to solve these problems, so we want to know some parameters of your binomial array. So one is, first, what is our radiation pattern equation of a binomial array? So E is equals to cos of n minus 1 into pi by 2 cos theta. So this is the expression for your radiation field. E is equal to cos inverse of n minus 1 into cos power n minus 1 into pi by 2 cos theta, where n is equals to number of elements. So in the Pascal triangle, we have written the n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, like that n is equal to 6. If you substitute n value, you can get your total radiation pattern. That is, suppose n is equal to 3, you can get cos square into pi by 2 cos theta. And if you substitute the maximum minimum conditions, you can get your maximum conditions. And this is the equation for L is equals to, that is the length of your binomial array is equals to n minus 1 into lambda by 2. N minus 1 into lambda by 2. Suppose if you take n is equal to 2, then your length of your array is equals to lambda by 2. N is equal to 2 means 2 minus 1, that is 1 into lambda by 2. For n is equal to 3, that means 2 into 2, that is lambda. Like that it will be increasing as per your length of the array. And half power beamwidth equation is equals to, so 1.06 by root over n minus 1. So this is your expression for half power beamwidth. From this equation, so n minus 1 is equal to 2l by lambda. Substitute that value here. So root over 2l by lambda. So 1 by 0.6 into root 2 means, if you know the value 0.707. So from that you are getting 0.75 by root over L by lambda. So for n element array, or it is in the broadside case or end fire case, so previous what we are getting is 1 by root over L by lambda. So it is somewhat this is, and this is 0.75 into root over L by lambda. So as there will be no minor lobes, one of the disadvantages of binomial array is the side lobe levels are there. That's why the beam is very much broadened. That is the only disadvantage of this array. Beam is broadened. So 0.75 into 1 by 0.75 by root over L by lambda. And if you want to find out the directivity, D is equal to 1.77 into root over n. So as your number of elements are you are increasing, so then the formula is 1.77 into your root 2 into 0.777. You get your directivity. 1.77 into root over 1 plus 2 into L by lambda. So this is the formula for directivity, and this is the formula for half power beamwidth, that is the length formula, and this is your total radiated fields. Thank you.